children, I warmly welcome you to Gurugetara educational program. How are you? I hope you all are happy and safe. Today our mathematics lesson for grade 6 students. Then join us with your textbook and your writing book. Okay, turn into page number 126. You can see today's lesson. What is that, children? That is lesson number 22, data collection and representation. Today our lesson is data collection and representation. Okay, we'll see, before starting this lesson, we'll see you will be able to collect data using tally marks, represent data using tables, represent data using picture graphs. Okay, before starting this lesson, I am going to do a small activity with you. Do you like it? Okay, we'll see. Here I have bought a spinning circle for you. Can you see this? This spinning circle I have separated into 4 equal parts. Then it has 4 fruits. You can see, what are they, children? You can see these 4 fruits: apple, grapes, mango and pineapple. Then I can rotate this. Okay, when it rotates, you can see this rotation, and this spinning, this red indicator, it will show fruits for you. Then you have to count how many fruits received at the end of this spin. Okay, before starting this activity, you have to copy down this table. Okay, just copy down this, children. Here you can see this table. It has 2 parts. One part is type of fruit. Another part, you have to complete this part by using this activity. Okay, the one part, that is mango, pineapple, apple and grapes, you have to write these fruits. Okay, we'll see this activity. Then have you ready? Have you ready to do this activity? Okay, we'll see that. Now complete that, children. According to this video, you can complete your table. Then mango, hurry up, children. Grapes, apple, then complete your table. Grapes again. Okay, next one, that is apple. Again apple. Okay, that is pineapple. Again, oh, it's mango. The next one, that is mango. Okay. Then what is that? That is grapes again. Okay. The next one, you should complete your table. These fruits, number of times these fruits received. Okay, children. Next one, mango. That is grapes. Next one again, grapes. That is apple. That is again grapes. Okay, hurry up, children. Now you have completed, I think. That is mango. That is again mango. Okay, children, we'll see this table. Here, this mango, that is total, that is 8. Here, what is the special thing you can see? Here, I have gathered 5 tallies together. You can see that after 5th fruit, that means 5th fruit of each type that received by drawing 5th tally, mark 5th tally mark across the 4 tallies. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. You can count that. After 5th tally, that is cross it out. Then you can see, therefore, you can represent these 5 fruits using these tally marks. Here you can see, it is very easy to understand. When you look at this table, it is very easy to understand than early table. Then we'll see pineapple, that is 2, no? So it is very easy. Then apple, that is 9. 9, how to draw that? Then it is 5 plus 4, no? Then you can see 5 tallies together and another 4 tallies there. Then grapes, that is 5 plus 5. Then that is 5 plus 5 means 5 tallies together and another 5 tallies together. Okay, now there's an important thing of this lesson, that is quantity of data. Here what do you mean by quantity of data, children? Do you know that? That is information that can be represented by numbers. Information that can be represented by numbers as above is considered as quantity of data. Here the special thing is numbers. What are the examples here? So, you can give so many examples for us. So, attendance of a school. You know, when you go to school, teacher mark your register. Teacher should get your attendance. Then that is a number. Then that is information collected by numbers. We will see second example, that is number of childbirth recorded in a day. Then third one, so these are very few examples. We can take so many examples in our day-to-day life. Okay, number of vehicles arrived in a parking plot. Then when we consider a parking area, so many vehicles can park there. No? Then we can categorize these vehicles and we can take number of vehicles. We can count them and we can represent those things in a representation, in a presentation. Then we will see a small activity. I hope you all liked this activity. Here copy the table and do this activity with me. Okay, complete the following table by using tally marks. Here you can see first one 8. How to draw 8 using these tally marks. Then 5 plus another 3 tallies. Then 12. 12 how to use to represent 12. That means 5 plus 5 plus 2. 5 plus then another 5 tallies, then another 2 tallies there. Then 19. Okay, guess it how to do it, children. 19, that is 5 plus another 5, that is 5 plus 5 is 10 tallies there. Then another 5 tallies, that is 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. How many tallies do you want? Then next one, that is 4 tallies. Okay, then we'll see 23. How to represent 23 using tally marks, my dear children. So that is 5 tallies, another 5 tallies, again another 5 tallies. Now what is the number there? That is 15. Then next tally mark. So what is that? Now that is 20, but we want 23. Then another 3 tallies we have to draw. It is very easy, I think. It is very easy for you. Then next one, 27. Okay, guess it. So how many bundle of 5 tallies do you want? 27. That is 5 tallies first one. Then next one again 5 tallies. Then next one. Now how many tallies are there? So it is very easy to count because these 5 tallies are very easy to count. So this is the standard method actually, children. This is the standard method of using tally marks. Then again another 5 tallies. Then how many tallies there? That is 5 plus again 5 and another 5. Then 20. So how many tallies we have to draw again? That is 5 tallies and another 2 tallies. Now that is 27. Then last one. It is very easy for you. Then 32. How many bundle of 5 tallies here? That is 5 times what? 5 times 6 is 30. So you can guess how many bundles here. That is first bundle, that is 5 tallies together. Then next tally, again 5 tallies. Then next bundle, again bundle. Then that is total, that is 30, and we want 32. Then another 2 tallies we have to draw. I hope you all completed this table. Okay, we move to next table. It is another part of this lesson. Here you can see I have given to you tally marks. Then you have to write the number. I know it is very easy for you. Then first one, you can see one bundle there. Then that means 5 tallies. Okay, next one, 5 plus 2, then that is 7. Then tell me your answer for second one. Okay, my dear children, I know you know the answer. Then what is that? 5 plus 5 you can see 2 bundles there. Then 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus other 4 tallies, that is 14. Very good. Then we'll see next one. Okay, tell me your answer. That is 15 plus 1. You can see 3 bundles there. So that means that is 5 plus 5 plus 5 again. That means 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. Yes, your answer also 16. I know that. Then before the last one. So what is that? How many bundles are there? Okay, count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can see before the last one. Okay, tell me your answer, Puta. That is, how many bundles you can see? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bundles there. That means 5 times 4 is 20. But there are 3 tallies you can see. So that means the answer is 23. Then last one. So it is very easy for you because only bundles there. Then count how many bundles are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, I hope you all have a good understanding about this lesson. This is lesson number 22, data collection and representation. Okay, we'll see this question. Here, the number of family members belonging to the families of the 25 grade 6 students in a certain class is given below. This is like a class. There are 25 students in this class. This is grade 6 class. So, we are going to consider family members about these grade 6 students. Okay, we'll see, you can see some data here and there's a table. Then you have to complete this table. We'll see how to do that. Okay, move to next. Then you can see this table. Here I have completed one side. Then you have to complete other 2 parts. Then number of family members, I have completed that. So, other 2 parts it is very easy for you. Then what are the number of family members here? That is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then next one, before writing the number of families, we have to complete tally mark side. That means we have to complete this tally mark part. Then we'll see how to complete it. First number from your left side, top of that data you can see I have put a small tick in front of 2. That means we have to complete it in front of that 2 like this. Then 3. I am going to top to bottom. Then the second number you can see that is 3. Then I want to put a small tally in front of 3. Then next number. What is the next number, my dear children? You know that is 4. Then I am going to put a tally mark in front of 4. It is very easy. Then next number, the bottom of that line, that is you can see that is 6. Then I am going to put that tally mark in front of 6. Then my first column has finished. Then I move to second column. So what is the first number you can see in my second column? That is 3. Then 3, I should mark it in front of 3. Then second number, that is 2. Then you should mark it in front of 2. Then next one 5. Actually this is like a game, my dear children. So this is very easy for you, I know that. Then last number, that is 4. Then I am going to put that tally mark in front of 4. Then I have completed 2 columns. Then I am going to move to another, that means third one. So by using those small ticks, I can take without taking any trouble. So I can move to another one, that means third one. So I put a small tick in front of 6. So I can put a small tally mark in front of 6 in this table. Okay, now next one, that is 3. Then we should mark this 3 in front of 3 in this table. Then 4. Likewise, you can mark these numbers in this table by using your tally marks. Then I have completed 3 columns with you. Then I am going to move to next part, next column. So that is top of that number, top of that column, that is 5. Then I am going to mark number 5 in this table using this tally. So, that is second 5 in this table. Then next number is 3. My dear children, you can complete that second line because that is 3. Okay, now I have completed 3. 4 3s there. So, be careful for the next 3. Okay, then 2. Then 2 I can mark it. Okay, now we reach to that special point. So, that is 3. So, how to complete it? So, that should cross it out. Very good children. Then I have completed 4 columns with you. Then we have to move to other part. Okay, then that number is 4. So, I put a small tick in front of that 4. Then it is to table. Then 3. Then I should draw another tally separately in front of 3. Like that. Then next one is 5. Then 5 you can see. Then last number of that column, that is 6. Then we move to next column. My dear children, what is that number? That is number 4. Then I should cross it out again, another 4 tallies. Now it is very easy for you. I know you have got clear understanding about these tally marks. Then we move to 5. Then 5, that is 4th tally according to that information. Then next one 3. Okay, 3, in front of 3 you should put a tally mark there. Then 6. Okay, last row of that table. Then I move to last number of this. Here that is number 4. Then I mark it like this. Now we have completed, my dear children. Then we move to next column, that is number of families. We will see. So, now it is very easy to count. Now tell me number of family members 2. So, that is 4. Then next one, 3 members in the families. How many families consist of 3 members? We will see, that is 5 plus 2 is 7. Then next one, number of family members are 4. How many families are there? That is 6. 5 plus 1, it is 6. Then number of family members consist of 5. Number of family members consist of 5 is 4. Then last one, tell me what's the number there? That is also 4. Okay, I hope you all have completed this table with me. We'll see next one. It is another part of this lesson. Here, following table shows the mark obtained for a test. Here, I have given marks and tally marks here. You have to complete number of students only. Here, how many students have taken the mark 3? That is 3. You can count. It is very easy. Then how many students have taken mark of 4? That is 5 plus 1 is 6. Then how many students have taken mark of 5? That is 5, because you can see 5 tallies only. Then next one 6. How many students have taken this mark? Here 5 plus another 4 tallies you can see. That means children 5 plus 4 is 9. Very good. Then tell me how many children have taken the mark of 7? So that is 4. Then tell me how many children have taken the highest mark in this table. That is 5 plus 2 is 7. That means 7 students have taken this mark. Okay. Here you can see this table, this mark and number of students from that earlier table. Here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the marks of that table, and I have taken the number of students without taking tally marks here. There are 2 questions. We have to write the answer here. The first question, read this first question very carefully. First question is, what is the mark of the highest number of students received? What is the mark? What is the highest number? Okay, go through that number of students, children. You can see the highest number of students, that is 9. 9 students have taken, the mark is 6. So, our answer is 6. Then second question, read the second question very carefully. How many students got more than 5 marks? What are the more than 5 marks here? 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. Then that marks have taken number of students 9, 4 and 7. Then we have to add those three numbers. That means 9 plus 4 plus 7. So, answer is 20. 20 students have taken more than 5 marks. Okay, my dear children. Then we move to another part of this lesson. This is lesson number 22, data collection and representation. Now, I hope you have good knowledge about how to use tally marks and how to use tables. Then we will see another part of this lesson, representing data using picture graphs. Here, representing data using picture graphs. Here we have to use actually picture graphs. Pictures we have to use. Then we move to another question. Then read this question, my dear children. Following table shows number of vehicles travelled on a certain road in 30 minutes. Here there is a road. We consider this road within 30 minutes to take this data. Here what are the types of vehicles here? Bus, lorry, van and car. How many vehicles have travelled there? Buses, 8 buses, 3 lorries, 6 vans and 7 cars. Here this table we are going to represent using pictures. First of all, we should select what is the picture we are going to use, and this picture, how many numbers we should concern about this picture. Okay, then I am going to draw a picture graph by using that table. Okay, come with me. How to draw that? Before starting that picture graph, we should select a suitable symbol. Here I can use these type of symbols to represent these vehicles. Here one vehicle can use these pictures. Then I am going to draw picture graph like this. A vehicle has been represented by this picture. Then how many buses? Only one vehicle has been represented by this picture now. Then we can use how many buses there? Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 buses. So, we have to use 8 symbols to represent those buses. So, how many symbols we have to use to represent lorries? There are 3 lorries in that table. Then you have to use 3 symbols to represent lorries. We will see vans. How many symbols we have to use to represent vans? So, there are 6 vans there. Then we have to use 6 symbols here. Then let us see how many cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars here, because we have used one vehicle using this one symbol. There are 7 cars in that table. So, we have to use 7 symbols to represent these cars. Then this is very easy for you children, because we have to use these symbols. Then, okay children, this is another question. The table shows the number of popsicles sold by an ice cream seller on 5 days. Represent data using picture graphs. Here you can see this table. What are the days you can see? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So, number of popsicles here 16 on Monday, 12 on Tuesday, 15 on Wednesday, 11 Thursday and 18 on Friday. So, we are going to represent this data in a picture graph. First of all, you should select a suitable picture and how many popsicles we should represent by using that picture. We'll see here. You can see I have used 3 symbols here with 3 numbers. First one, a smile face. I have used that smile face to represent 1 popsicle. Then second one, 6 popsicles represented by second symbol. Then last one, you can see 2 popsicles represented by that symbol. So, what are you going to use? So, what will be the most suitable symbol? My dear children, you have to think it, because that is the base of this picture graph. Using this correct symbol, we can draw very nice picture graph. Actually, very important picture graph we can draw by using this correct suitable symbol. Here, first one, if we use 1 popsicle represented by this symbol, you can see in this table all are more than 10. All are more than 10. So, we have to use, if we represent Friday, there are 18 symbols we have to draw. So, it is very impossible. So, we can use another symbol. If we use second symbol, we can represent 6 popsicles by using that. What do you think about that? Is it suitable? Is it suitable to this picture graph? 6 can divide, 12 can divide by 6, 18, 12, those numbers we can divide. But what do you think about 11? Can you represent 11 by using that picture graph? No. By using that picture, you can't represent 11. So, it is not the suitable symbol. We will see, children, the last one. So, 2 popsicles. 2 popsicles represented by this symbol. So, is it the suitable one? 16 okay, 12 okay, 15? 15, can you represent that? We will see that. Then next one, 11, 18. So, how to use this symbol? So, I am going to use the last symbol. That means 2 popsicles represented by this symbol. We will see that, my dear children. Monday, that is 16. 16 popsicles he has solved. Then you have to represent it on this picture graph. How to draw that? Do you know how to draw that? Here 2 popsicles we have denoted. We have 2 popsicles we are going to represent by this symbol. That means you can divide 16 by 2. Then how many symbols you can use? That is 8, because 16 you can divide by 2. It is very easy. When you go to Tuesday, how many popsicles he has solved? My dear children, you have to divide 12 by 2. So, what is the answer? 12 divided by 2, that is 6. That means you have to draw how many symbols? Is it 12? No. That is 6 popsicles. That is 6 symbols. Then, what do you think about Wednesday? There are 15 popsicles he has solved. Then, how to represent 15 using this symbol? We can represent 2 popsicles using this symbol. So, 15, can you represent it? If you use this symbol, we can represent only even numbers, because we should divide all the numbers by 2. Then those are even numbers. If we can divide a number without a remainder by 2, those numbers are even numbers. But this number, that is 15, 15 is an odd number. How to divide it? If you divide this by 2, that is 7, and there is a remainder. So, if we use this symbol, to represent 2 popsicles, how to represent a popsicle? 1 popsicle by using this symbol. Here you can see this symbol we use to represent 2 popsicles. Half of this symbol we can use to represent a popsicle. Again, you can say that here 2 popsicles to represent, we can use this symbol. Half of this symbol we can use to represent a popsicle. Okay, Now you can take an idea about 15. How many popsicles? 15. Then how many symbols we have to use? 7 and half. Because 15 we have to use by using 7 symbols and half of this symbol. Then tell me Thursday. That is also an odd number. Again, there's a question to you. How to represent this? 11. 11 can you divide by 2? We can divide, but there's a remainder. That is 1. So, we have to use 5 symbols and a half of a symbol. You can see using 5 symbols you can represent 10 popsicles, but we have to represent 11 popsicles. To take that 11 popsicles we have to use 5 symbols and a half of this symbol. 5 means 10 popsicles and this half represent another 1 popsicle, that means 11 popsicles. So, it is very easy. Then when we consider Friday, there are 8 popsicles. So, it is very easy, that is an even number, you can divide it by 2. 9 is the answer. Have you taken that? If you divide 18 by 2, the answer is 9. That means you have to use how many symbols? Can you tell me? Have you used how many symbols you have used here? That is 9 symbols. You can count Friday how many symbols you have used. So, that is 9 symbols. So, at the end of this picture graph, you should write 2 popsicles are denoted by this symbol. Always you should write, otherwise we can't take the good understanding about this picture graph. How many pictures we have used and how many popsicles we have used for this symbol. So, there's a special thing, my dear children. Here when you draw a picture graph, you can't use numbers here because we denote these information by using pictures only. Okay, then we are going to do another question. The number of students registered in a certain school for grade 1 during the past 4 years is given below. Represent this data in a picture graph. Here you can see what are the years here, 2016 to 2019. How many students have registered there? For each year, 2016, 20 students, 2017, that is 24 students. Then 2018, how many students? My dear children, you can see that is 22. Then tell me how many students have registered in 2019? That is 15 students. Then this table, we have to represent this table using a picture graph. Before represent that, we have to select a suitable symbol. So, and if you use the suitable symbol, we should consider how many students we should represent by using that symbol. Let's select a suitable symbol. Then I have drawn 3 symbols there. The first one, that is one child represented by the symbol. If we use this symbol, what happens? It is very impossible to represent because how many students here? All are more than 10. 20, 24, 22, 15, those are the numbers we have to represent now. Then it is very impossible when we use 1. When we use the first symbol, that means it is represented by one child. When we go to second symbol, that is a square and that symbol represents 4 children. Okay, we'll see, can we use that? What do you think about, my dear children? Can you use that? All the numbers are, we have to represent by using that symbol. When we consider 20, 24, that those numbers we can divide it by 2, but we can represent 20 and 15 by using the parts of that square. We'll see that. Here, what do you think about the last symbol? That is 6 children represented by this symbol. So, when you use 6 here, how to use that? So, we can represent 24, then but we can't represent 15, 22 like those numbers. So, I hope you also selected this symbol. What do you think about this symbol? Is this the best one? Yes, I hope you also consider about the second symbol. We'll see how to use it. Okay, my dear children, I am going to represent that data using this square. Then I have used this symbol to represent 4 children in this registration. Then 2016. How to represent these 20 students here? 20 you can divide by 4. Then tell me what is the answer. Do you know what is that? That is 5. 20 divided by 4 is 5. That means you have to use how many squares? You have to use 5 squares there. So, we know 1 square has represented 4 children. That means 2016, that using that squares we can represent 20 students. We will see 2017. How many students have registered here? 24. 2017, 24 students have registered. Then we have to represent 24 using this square. Then you can divide 24 by 4, then that is 6. Then we have to use 6 squares to represent students who has registered in 2017. We have to use 6 squares to represent the students have registered in 2017. We will see 2018. 2018 that there are 22. 2018 there were 22 students have registered. How to represent 22? Can you divide 22 by 4? Can you divide? So, we can't divide it without a remainder. We have to use completely these squares, 5 squares, because 4 times 5 is 20. What about other 2 children? Then you can use this square to represent 4 children. Then I am considering about 2018. There are 22 students we have to represent. 22 we can't divide by 4. We can divide it by 4. The answer is 5. Then what about other 2? Other 2 students also we have to represent. If I use this square to represent 4 students, using the half of this square we can represent 2 students. Then other 2 students we can represent by using half of this square. Understood that, children? Here we have to represent 22. We can represent 22 using this 5 full squares and half of this square. Then 2019, 15 students we have to represent. How to represent 15, my dear children? 15 you have to divide by 4, then the answer is 3. That means you can use 3 squares. Then other, how many students we have to represent? 3 students we have to represent. If we use this square to represent 4 students, we can use half of this square to represent number of 2. 2 students we can represent by using this half of this square. Then quarter of this square. So, how many students we can represent? Only 1 student. Okay, we will see it again. Then square, we can represent number of 4. We can represent 4 students by using this square. Then half of this square, how many students? That is half of 4. That is 2. Then quarter. Quarter of 4 means 1. Then how to represent number of 3 students? 3 students, we can use this symbol to represent 3 students, because this is 3 quarters of full square. Okay, children, then we can represent 15 students like this. That means 3 full squares and that symbol. Okay, then we'll move to another question. Read it very carefully. It is about a bakery. Okay, following table shows the number of food items prepared by a bakery. Represent this data in a picture graph. Here, what are the type of fruit here? What are the types of fruit? Bun, fish bun, bread and egg bun. So, tell me what are the quantities here? 160 buns, 210 fish bun. It may be a large bakery. Then 180. How many breads? 180 breads and 125 egg buns. We will see how to represent this data in a picture graph. Here also we have to use a suitable symbol and we should think how many foods should represent by using this picture graph, by using this symbol. Okay, let's select a suitable symbol. Okay, now it's your chance. Tell me what will be the most suitable symbol. We'll see first one, 5 foods represented by this square. Then second one, 10 foods represented by that pentagon. Then last one, 20 foods represented by circles. Then we'll see this table. What do you think about these quantities? These quantities are more than 100. So, we can use a large number for a symbol. If we use a symbol, we have to use a large number to represent that bakery, those foods in the bakery. Then if we use 5, it is impossible to represent because we have to use several times that symbol. If we use 10, we have to use a half or 125. It is very inconvenient to, it is very hard to represent 125. Then if we use the third symbol, so that means 20 foods represented by that circle, I think that is very easy. Then what do you think about, my dear children? That is also very easy for you, I think. We'll see how to represent that items, that bakery items using this circle. Okay, we move to this picture graph. Here, draw this picture graph with me. Here also I have mentioned at the bottom of that picture graph, you can see 20 foods are represented by the symbol circle. That means 20 foods we can represent by this circle. Then tell me, if we take this circle, 20 foods we can represent by using this circle. Then tell me how to represent 10 foods. To represent 10 foods, we can take the half of a circle. It is like this, half of a circle. Okay, if we want to represent 5 of foods, how to represent it? That is a quarter of a circle. If you divide this again, if we fold this circle again, so this is quarter. Quarter is represented 5 foods. We will see how to represent these foods in this picture graph. First one, bun. How many buns you can see? We have to represent 160 buns. 160 we have to divide by 20. When you divide 160 by 20, what is the answer? Now you know. Now you can divide these numbers very easily. Then 160 divided by 20, that is 8. That means we have to use 8 circles to represent buns in that bakery. Then second one, fish bun. How many fish buns are there? 210. Can you divide 210 by 20? If you divide, there's a remainder. Then the nearest multiple of 20 is 200. Because we can use 200, we can divide by 20, then the answer is 10. we can represent this 210 by using 10 circles. So, that is 200. Then how to represent other 10 fish buns? My dear children, here if we use this circle to represent 20, other 10 fish buns we have to represent. So, we can take the half of the circle. Then to represent 220, we have to use 10 full circles and half of a circle. Then tell me next one, that is bread. How many breads in that bakery? That is 180. So, to represent that breads, we have to divide 180 by 20. After dividing 180 by 20, what is the number? That is 9. That means we have to use 9 circles there. Then last one, that is egg bun. 125 you have to represent. 125 you can represent by using 6 circles and other quarter of a circle. Then at the end of this picture graph, you should write 20 foods are represented by that symbol, that is a circle. I hope you all have a good understanding about this lesson. I am going to stop this lesson today. We will meet again in next lesson. Goodbye children, take care.